Hi guys, Mullahs here. So today's video, I am going to talk as a cryptopreneur from Zambia about the ease of crypto as an African if you are traveling. So I'm just going to compare crypto in Nigeria, Kenya, Zambia, and South Africa. So full disclosure, I have never been to Nigeria yet. I plan on going hopefully this year or maybe next year, funds allowing, but I have been to Kenya, I have been to South Africa, and I live in Zambia. So I'm just going to share my views on crypto in case you want to travel to any of these countries, which one is the easiest to convert crypto into local currency, and also which one is going to be the most difficult. So yeah, for the sake of peace, I'll say that the easiest to convert crypto to local currency would be Kenya, followed by Nigeria, followed by Zambia, and the least is South Africa. But all that said, the places with the most crypto volumes changing hands would be Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. But Zambia still falls number 3 on ease of use. So let me just do the comparisons. Okay, first we'll start with Nigeria. All right, so Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, a very, very rich, diverse economy. It has got its problems, its issues, but one thing Nigeria has is one of the best banking systems in Africa, if not the best. Transferring money from a Nigerian bank account to any other Nigerian bank account basically takes a few seconds, a few minutes on the off days, and that is 24/7, 365. There's absolutely no issue sending money from one Nigerian bank to another Nigerian bank in Nigerian Naira. If you're sending Forex, that's another issue, and there are a lot of funny restrictions and all. So this ease of sending and receiving Naira from bank to bank makes Nigeria one of the places. It's very, very easy, simple, and straightforward to do peer-to-peer crypto transactions. In case you're buying or selling crypto, it's extremely easy to do that. I don't recommend, if you're a foreigner, and I don't recommend using your own bank accounts though. If you have a local bank account, that would be the easiest way to go about it. So all that said, in case you're doing crypto in Nigeria and you have a Nigerian bank account, a peer-to-peer transaction using a local bank account is the easiest to do among all the countries that I maintain accounts with and transacting. Okay, so the second country that is easiest to use crypto to local currency in case you're a traveler is Kenya. So let me just go to Kenya. I have been to Kenya. I went to Nairobi, Kenya in April and May of this year. It's a lovely country. So anyways, with Kenya, they've got, I think, the most famous mobile money in Africa, the M-Pesa. I did manage to get myself an account in Kenya. I'm in Zambia and I still maintain my Safaricom number and my M-Pesa account. Let me just open my Safaricom app. Okay, this is my M-Pesa account. There's not much balance in it. I transacted everything I had in it. But this is a very, very simple, straightforward platform to use. You can send or receive Kenyan shillings to or from other users. You can even send to bank accounts and all. So it's a really, really great platform to use. It should have been number 1, but it's number 2 because there's a very, very simple glitch in the system. When you open your M-Pesa account, imagine you're a tourist, you go to Kenya, you open up an account, and you decide to fund your account with your crypto. Let's say above 30,000 Kenyan shillings or 50,000 Kenyan shillings. I really don't know at what point these things get triggered. Your account can get restricted. It happened to me when I was in Kenya. I reached there, got my M-Pesa account at the airport, went to the hotel. Then I decided to change some of my crypto into shillings. I tried out one small amount, went through no problems. Another small amount went through no problems. Did a 50,000 Kenyan shillings. My account was locked. I had to resolve it by going to the Safaricom outlet by one of the malls nearby. It was resolved quite fast. Then after it was resolved, I did do another transaction a day or two later, about 30,000 or 50,000 shillings again, and my account got locked again. So I went back to Safaricom. They managed to resolve it. We left Kenya, came back to Zambia. I continued using my account. And then one night I was doing a transaction, about 30,000 or 50,000 shillings again. My account got locked. I was not in Kenya. I was panicking, like, will they accept an online resolution and all? So I contacted them via Facebook and my issue was resolved. So M-Pesa is a great platform, but if you are going to be doing sizable transactions like 30,000 Kenyan shillings, 50,000 Kenyan shillings, or higher than that, your accounts can get restricted. And if you didn't do the KYC or know your customer while you're there, if they didn't capture your ID properly, your picture properly, or any of your details properly, you could have an issue where your account is restricted. So that's why M-Pesa is number 2 and not number 1. Or rather, that's why Kenya is number 2 and not number 1. With Nigeria, I think you do know from the get-go what your transaction limits are. They do have some sort of tiered banking limits. So if you are tier 1, 2, 3, or whatever they call their tiers, you've got daily transaction limits which you'll know beforehand. I've never had any problems dealing or using my Nigerian bank account. And that's probably because I try by all means not to do anything that is not allowed. Now, number 3 on my list is Zambia. Zambia is a great country. Zambia is a great country with a very weird border. There's this little thingy which the colonialists left with us. A very illogical part of the map. But anyway, Zambia is a great country, lovely country. I live in it. I've lived in it most of my life, except when I didn't. But anyway, it's a lovely country where I am. It's number 3 on the list because although it's very easy and straightforward to transact crypto in Zambia, it's not easy and straightforward to transact crypto in Zambia. So it's a bit of a paradox and all, but otherwise it is what it is. So I am fortunate enough to have multiple bank accounts. So I'm able to buy, sell, trade, transact crypto on a regular basis. Of all the currencies or countries I'm comparing, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, Zambia, only Zambia does not have peer-to-peer functionality in Binance. So it means that you cannot buy or sell in Binance using Zambian Kwacha on the peer-to-peer. You can only buy using a Zambian bank card for select Zambian banks. So it's still number 3 because we still have greater functionality than South Africa if my analysis is to be believed. Then the thing with Zambia is that you can use Zambian bank cards on quite a number of crypto platforms. Select Zambian bank cards. Some Zambian banks want to do absolutely nothing with crypto, so they do restrict what you can or cannot do on crypto platforms. So Zambia still remains easier than South Africa, but harder than Nigeria or Kenya to transact. But all that said, it's actually cheaper to buy crypto in Zambia for resale in Nigeria or Kenya. It's a bit of a paradox, a lot of weird things to go through, but it is what it is. So in as much as it's more difficult to buy, sell crypto in Zambia, it's cheaper to buy, sell crypto from Zambia to other countries or regions. So I do have a lot of clients from Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, and other parts of Africa and the world who do transact crypto with me using various payment platforms. It wouldn't be possible if Zambia wasn't as straightforward or easy as it is. Now, number 4 on the list is South Africa. So I've put South Africa as number 4 because it's a very straightforward country to transact crypto. They even have crypto ATMs. I saw one when I was in South Africa by the Santon Mall. There was a crypto ATM. I don't know how practical or usable it is, but that was there. But South Africa is like Nigeria. They've got a lot of exchange restrictions. Let me just go to it. Okay, so South Africa is a weird country. When you look at the map, it's got all these rivers, lakes, and stuff, but when you go there, it's actually quite a dry country. So I really don't know what all this is about. But anyways, in South Africa, they have a great banking system, very functional banking system. Not as great as the Nigerian banking system, because Nigeria, remember, transfers are 24/7, 365, near instant. In South Africa, transfers are, I think, 6 days a week, but they're not nearly instant and all. For those who may want to argue and all, I do have a South African bank account. I've got the FNB non-resident bank account. I think FNB recently rebranded and they changed their logo. Let me just log into the FNB account. All right, so here's my FNB non-resident bank account in South Africa. So it's got a lot of functionality, great functionality, more functionality than the FNB Zambia account that I maintain, in case you are interested. If I go to my accounts, sacre bleu, my account is overdrawn. I need to normalize it. Anyways, so here I've got a non-resident bank account, and I've also got a savings pocket bank account. So I am able to do transfers and all, but there are a lot of terms and conditions to using a non-resident bank account. So I can't actually use this for crypto. I can use it to purchase crypto if I'm paying by e-wallet or sending to someone who has a South African bank account who accepts transfers and POPs, the proof of payments, or someone who has an FNB account and will accept the proof of payment, and because they'll receive near instantly. Then there's also one other thing which is great about the South African FNB accounts or South African bank accounts. With South African FNB, I am able to send, I think, near instant or fast payments to FNB Namibia, FNB Botswana, FNB Lesotho, FNB Swaziland, and there might be another FNB country I've missed, but I'm just using my head and memory to remember. But you can actually do fast international transfers using FNB to the FNB countries nearing South Africa. You can't do a near instant FNB South Africa to FNB Zambia or vice versa. But anyways, so the South African banking system, if you're a foreigner who's visiting there and you want to convert your crypto to rands, you can't do it because the non-resident account only accepts transfers from internationally. So you can't receive a local bank transfer into your non-resident bank account. So there could be that restriction. And then also, because you're using a non-resident bank account, you can't use or you can't receive a local payment via e-wallet and move it to your South African bank account. You have to go into the to the ATM or any agent. This is if you're using a non-resident bank account. But if you're using a South African resident bank account, you do have a legal status there. You have greater functionality, but that functionality is still less than Zambia, still less than Kenya, and still less than Nigeria. So that is how I arrived at my conclusions. So anyways, all that said, comparing these crypto transacting theories of mine, I do hope to travel to more African countries, let's say next year or even this year, there's still time allows. I do want to go to Nigeria. I really do need to come to Nigeria just to see how their systems work and operate. It's a really, really fascinating country. It does have a few issues here and there, but which country doesn't? Some of their issues are serious, some of their issues are not, but their economy is the largest in Africa. It's a really vibrant, dynamic economy, which I think anyone wants to do business in Africa. Nigeria is probably a place that you have to visit at some point in your life. You probably see how they manage to bring order through all the chaos and stuff like that. See how they manage to do their business, because you probably learn a lot from there. I also do want to visit Kenya. I want to go back again just to finish setting up my M-Pesa, do a lot more financial experimentation, funds in and out of Kenya. I do want to go to Zimbabwe just to see how they are surviving with all the sanctions, bond notes, RTGS notes, Forex and all. It would really be an interesting case. I would love to go back to South Africa to fund my non-resident bank account, do some crypto experimentation. I would also love to go to Angola and Mozambique just to test out how they do things in those countries. I would love to go to Tanzania, check out the same theories. DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, I'd really love to see how exactly they maintain their economies, because it's a really, really interesting economy. I've seen pictures of Kinshasa and Lubumbashi. Those places are like massive. I'd really love to see them. I'd also love to go to the Congo, Brazzaville. I'd love to see how the twin cities of Kinshasa and Brazzaville, how they are exactly. Probably a number of other African countries I'd love to go to. Senegal, Algeria, Egypt, and Ethiopia. I'd love to travel all these countries next year. Then afterwards, I'd love to travel to a lot more. So if you want to keep track of my travel diaries. I mean, if you want to keep track of all my travels and all, you can check my blog post, link in the description. I'll talk about my travels to Kenya, my travels around Zambia, my travels to South Africa, and my fantasy travels to Nigeria. I haven't been there yet, but how could I actually forget about Ghana? I really would love to go to Ghana, just check it out. Even though they have a few issues, I'd love to go to the country of Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso, go pay my respects to the great African, as well as pay my respects to the great African Patrice Lumumba in Congo. But anyways, if you would like to chip into my travels, follow them, see when exactly I'm going to do anything, help me normalize my South African bank account, help me fundraise for these trips, air tickets and all, you can just go to my blog post there. There'll be links in the description. You can be able to chip in, comment, share tips, travel posts and all. And I shall keep you updated and abreast with everything that's happening. If I left out anything, do let me know in the comment section and I shall try to cover that next time. Otherwise, thanks for watching guys. Mulos, bye.